Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Great Fish Ministries. And I kind of want to start making these short form videos. Hopefully they are short from observations that I make in my own personal Bible studies. And this one comes from, I have a Bible study with a couple of buddies and we study through the text that our church reads through. And this one comes from Genesis 17:21 or 19. Now we all have different translations, and he had the NIV translation, which was a bit different from every other translation, actually. And a little bit of context here is that God promised Abraham that he will make a great nation out of his descendants. And as we know, Sarah was barren. So Sarah and Abraham kind of get desperate, and Sarah tells Abraham to sleep with his slave woman, Hagar, and have a child with her. And this is where Ishmael comes from. And God here is telling Abraham that no, this great nation will come from Sarah. He will bless Sarah with a child. And here we go into chapter 17, verse 17 and 18. Then Abraham fell on his face and laughed and said to himself, shall a child be born to a man who is 100 years old? Shall Sarah, who is 90 years old, bear a child? And Abraham said to God, oh, that Ishmael might live before you. So Abraham again is not trusting God. And he's saying, well, I don't know, a child with Sarah? She's 90 years old. Do you mean Ishmael? Oh, that Ishmael might live before you? And here's what our differences in translation lie. The ESV says, God said, no, but Sarah your wife shall bear you a son, and you shall call his name Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him as an everlasting covenant for his offspring after him. Now the ESV has verse 19 as, then God said, yes, but your wife Sarah will bear you a son, and you will call him Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him as an everlasting covenant for his descendants after him. Now, ESV, NLT, KJV, and KJV all say, no, but Sarah, your wife, shall bear a son. Now, the NIV says, yes, but your wife, Sarah, will bear you a son. The question before that in the NIV was, if only Ishmael might live under your blessing. Now, is this a mistranslation here or a mistake? Well, in the Hebrew, it reads, Vayomer Elohim Aval Sarah Ish Techa Yoledet Lecha Ben. And what does that mean? And said God, but, that's Aval, but Sarah, your wife, shall bear to you a son. Now that's the word Aval. And that means but or however. So it says, and God said, but Sarah, your wife, shall bear to you a son. Not no but or yes but. So if it's no but in the KJV, in the ESV, does that change the meaning when we're saying yes but? Now the question is, can Ishmael live under your blessing, or could Ishmael might live before you? So either way, no or yes works, because it's not just a yes or a no. it is a yes, but in the NIV. And there it says, yes, but your wife Sarah will bear you a son, and you will call him Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him as an everlasting covenant for his descendants after him. So, yes, I will bless Ishmael, and even to him, he is promised a great nation in verse 20. And as for Ishmael, I have heard you. I will surely bless him. I will make him fruitful and will greatly increase his numbers. He will be the father of 12 rulers, and I will make him into a great nation. So, can Ishmael be the one? Can you bless Ishmael? So either yes, but, or no, but still works, because the covenant was not with Ishmael, but he did bless his son Ishmael. I'll put an article in the description, kind of explains that as well. But I'm not the biggest fan of the NIV, but I'm not an NIV hater. So it is very readable, and I do think it gets a lot of hate. I just prefer those verses. I know it's from older transcripts that they're getting that. I just prefer them to be in there and explain why they've been taken out, like the ESV does. But thanks everybody for watching. What do you guys think about that? God bless.